Sky, you are no stranger to being bold online, especially when it comes to responding to negativity. I have
Mhm.
to ask you, what was the catalyst that made you say, enough is enough? I'm calling people out.
For me, I would just always get DMs from my fans because people know I'm an advocate for anti-bullying. So I would always just look at my messages and see a bunch of my fans saying, look at what this person said to me, and I don't know how to deal with this. And for a moment, I'm like, I don't know what to do about it. Maybe I'm going to speak out about it. But the more I saw it, like it became like 20 in a day. I was like, you know what? No, I'm going
What?
to speak out on about it because I think it's really important. And people go through these struggles every day in life. And for me, it's kind of like my duty with the big platform that I have is to use it for good.
How many DMs do you think you've received so far, like up until today?
I want to say in the last 3 days, I've probably received like 3,000 DMs of people just trying to expose racist people who are saying very disgusting things. And it's sick because I never would have thought that there would be 3,000 people in my DM waiting for me to respond with all these receipts. And it's just so crazy.
Well, how do you decipher who to actually expose?
I just need to see a bunch of evidence because
Hmm.
some people might joke around or trying to get someone in trouble. So if I
Mhm.
see a screen recording or if there's a video of them saying the N-word or a racial slur, then I'm like, okay, that's the one. But if there's not enough proof and it seems a little bit sketchy to me, then I won't, just because I don't know if it's true or false. But my fans have been good with sending me enough receipts, so I know.
Yeah. Did you have the fear at all of exposing somebody who didn't really do anything wrong?
I did have the fear, but I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna trust my fans, and I know that if they're sending me these things, that it's most likely true. But I am a little bit cautious still, but it is in the back of my head, but I'm not too afraid of it.
When I saw the story, my concern mainly was for you. I mean, this is dangerous territory. What do you think the implications would be from you outing people?
My thing is, if you don't like it, if you don't support it, then obviously that just says something a little about you yourself, to kind of support these people who are saying these disgusting things. So, I mean, in the back of my head, I was a little bit worried about it. I'm like, I don't know, what is this going to harm me? But in my
Right.
opinion, I feel like it's done more justice for me and other people, and people have been praising me about it. And it's not something that I did just for either attention or wanting to be praised. It's solely off of the fact because I do have a big platform and I'm going to use that platform for good. So it's always in the back of my head, but I feel like I'm good.
We are in a time where people who are racist are getting angry because things are shifting, right?
Right.
And for them to, the last thing I want to happen is for them to direct that anger towards you because you are
Right.
making such bold moves online. What has the conversation been with your mother? I know you two are close. Have you all talked about this before you decided to do it?
No, we didn't talk about it before I decided to do it. I just kind of thought, I was like, you know what? What the heck? I'm just going to do it. But my mom is really supportive of what I do, and she loves that I'm using my platform for great. And it's just has my back. So,
Yeah.
and my thing for me is it's like people can say whatever they want, but if you're that bold to go on a public platform and say these things, please don't get mad when someone addresses it. And that's simply what I'm doing. So if you're saying this to 100 people, what's the difference between 100 people to a million people seeing it? You said what you said and you said what you said, and obviously you meant it. So I'm just like, if you don't want people to know, if you don't want people to be mad, then you simply just shouldn't have made those videos and made those statements.
For people who might not have seen what you're actually exposing, some of the comments, what is one of the worst things that you've seen so far? One of the worst remarks without actually saying it, but just give me the gist of it.
One of the worst remarks, honestly, is just screaming the N-word at people, or just people making fun of like doing blackface. One I saw was disgusting. They had like a thug ghetto party and they were doing blackface and like, oh, we're Travis Scott and all these things. And
Are
it's just,
you serious?
yeah. And I'm just like, how dare you? Like, what about Travis Scott makes him ghetto and a thug? Like, that's what I don't understand. So, I mean, people are that bold to do these things. It's appalling to me.
There's already been action from your tweets. Actor Hartley Sawyer was fired from The Flash. What was your reaction to that?
For me, honestly, I didn't know who he was. Just a lot of my fans were sending me his tweets, and I noticed that he was verified, but I'm just like, what he was saying, I don't know if you saw it, was just utterly disgusting. So verified or not, I'm gonna say what I have to say. And I mean, he got fired, that sucks, but he's grown, he's old enough to know that those things that you say, those homophobic slurs, those racist slurs are just not okay. They're not okay, period. You're not 14, you're not 13. Even so, if you are that age, it's still not okay. But, you know, for me, my thing is I just really want, like, even a lot of colleges, a lot of my fans have tweeted at the colleges and they've actually been really good and they've responded. I'm not trying to ruin someone's entire life. It's just that these colleges should be aware on what students that they're bringing in.
What do you want the colleges to do moving forward? Because I saw some of your posts, you would say just acknowledging it and saying, okay, we're gonna give this to the admissions portion of our organization is not enough.
Right.
What do you want from those institutions?
I don't feel like someone who says these things shouldn't be allowed to go to college, but I feel like maybe you should just do online. Maybe if you have and if you're gonna be going to a college that's mainly Black and you've said these things, I don't think it's okay to put those people in an uncomfortable situation. Because I'm also sure after all of this that their future college friends have seen it, and that might make them feel a certain way. So for me, they can take it. I've given them the information. They can take and do whatever they want from it. But I feel like maybe just doing online is better.
Have you heard from anybody directly that says, you know, have said, I'm gonna change, or I'm sorry, or apologize or anything?
I've received some. One of the first people who I kind of posted about, they contacted one of my friends because little did I know that they knew my friend. And they were just like, please, like, you know, just begging. And I'm just like, listen, I didn't do this to ruin your life or do anything to make it seem in a really bad way. But you said what you said, and I posted it, and they were, you know, begging me to delete it. And I'm just like, I understand. But even if I delete it now, people have already seen it. So I'm just glad that they're taking the time to educate themselves now. A lot of the people have written public apologies, which is really nice, but I just really hope that they're not just saying this so people can get off of their butt. I really hope that they learn from this and educate themselves, because everyone does make mistakes, but it's up to you to learn from them and move forward.
What I found interesting is that your fans who are coming in your DM, they're not bold enough to say it themselves. So they come to you to say it. How does it feel to be looked at as that person, you know, to actually call out racist?
For me, it's just something that I'm happy that I can do for my fans, because a lot of my fans go through these things. They only have a couple hundred followers, so they think no one's gonna see this. I'm gonna have to deal with this person bullying me, sending me these racial slurs. So if I can help them in any way, I'm happy to do so. And actually, there's been a lot of verified people in my DM with a lot of followers telling me to expose people, which was really, really surprising, but I could count probably over 100.
What do you say to critics who feel like you're putting these people in danger by exposing them?
I personally don't think I'm putting them in danger, because I'm not exposing anything that's private. That's one thing I won't do. Everything that is said is public information. You posted these videos, it's out there to the public. A lot of people have been trying to get me to post their address and number, and I'm like, no. That's one thing I will not do. I'm only posting public information, nothing that is private. So personally, I don't feel like I am putting them in any type of harm, because putting someone in type of harm would be exposing information that is private.
So how long do you plan on doing this? I know you said you were going to come back Wednesday, which is tomorrow, and start again.
Yeah. Well, Wednesday, I don't think I'm going to do that many people. I'm just probably going to do 10 the most. But after that, I'm probably going to take a break and just take a breather from it. Don't know when I'll do it again. But if I see a lot of my fans still coming in my DMs, maybe like in the next 1 or 2 months. But for me, it's not going to be like an every week thing, for sure. I have so many other things to do. So I can't just be focused on that, but once in a while, possibly.
Yeah. If you had one lesson, or just sum up the lesson for me that you want people to learn, the people that you're outing, what is it that you want them to know?
I just want them to know that words sometimes do hurt, no matter how strong the person is, and that us Black people are already going through so much right now in the world, and for you to think it's okay to use those racial slurs against us is just disgusting to me. And I really hope and pray that you educate yourself, do your history, and understand why saying the N-word and all these other things are not okay. People just think it's a joke, and people just say it for fun. You know, I walk down the street and people are like, hey, you know, N-word. And it's just like, I personally don't
This
think
happened to you?
No, not to me.
Oh,
just
okay,
like
okay.
people I hear, like even if they're friends. But I personally just don't think it's a word that should be used. I don't like the word. It has a very, very strong meaning behind it. So I just hope that, like I said, people educate themselves, do their history, and just don't say the word. It's really not that hard.
Last week, you tweeted, quote, "I see a lot of y'all who have a big platform and not speaking on what's been going on in the world." Is there someone in particular you would like, or you would have expected to speak up by now?
You know, I've seen since then a lot of people speak up, like the Kardashians have spoke about it. Charli D'Amelio used her platform the best on TikTok. But, you know, there's people who are out there, and instead of looting with people and doing terrible things just to cause drama, why don't you use your platform to speak up and say, we should all stick together, peacefully protest, rather than acting foolish in the street and kind of just wanting to put the attention on themselves. So I feel like if you have a big platform, please use it for great. Just like me, just like a bunch of people are. It takes 2 seconds. It's not going to mess up your Instagram feed. You can do it. But I just think everyone who has a big platform, and I'm not even just saying millions of followers, even if you have 10,000, 2,000, you should still be using your platform for great.
I want to know, what has been your experience as a Black celebrity, as a former Disney Channel star? What has been your experience when it comes to dealing with racism?
I have dealt with racism in my career. It's at times really hard. People think like, why would people be, you know, towards me? But it happens, and it's the truth. But, you know, I'm strong and I know I can get through anything, but it can be a little bit of a downer at times.
Well, right now, a lot of people are looking at you as a superhero. You know, there are some critics, of course. I just personally want you to stay safe. You know, I'm sending good vibes your way.
Thank you so much.